Today we are going to see pivot table or a pivot table, whichever way you're comfortable to pronounce, use those pronunciation. Pivot table, it's going to save you a lot of time when you are building a dashboards. First of all, let's we look at the use cases first so that you will understand why we need the pivot table. It saves you a lot of time. That is the one thing people use a pivot table. It's reduced more of human efforts. This is a data which we are going to pivot it. Before that, I have a list out certain use cases based on this table. For example, there are certain columns like a province, city, postal code, and marital status, and the enrollment year, and the cancellation year. Okay, and there are certain use cases I have derived, or the problem statement or I have derived. Now we can look at the use cases first. From this table, right, I want to know how many people are from each province. Okay, and how many people are from each city, and how many people are enrolled in each year. And I need a data based on the gender, and how many peoples are enrolled in each year. These are duplicated, just to forgive me. And how many of them cancel their subscription? These are the use cases. Okay, now we are going to look at it how we can achieve this using pivot table. Okay, first of all, select the data which you want to supposed to consider. Use Control A for the shortcut, and either you can go by insert pivot table and from table or range, or you can use a shortcut Alt Yan VT. Okay, now the pop-up asks you from which range you want to select it. Select by default it select uh, the entire range. It's up to you from which range you want to consider it. Now I'm okay with the existing selection. Now I'm going to consider this pivot table in a new worksheet. If you still want to use the existing worksheet, you can click the existing worksheet. Also put the location, put the cursor inside the text box, and where you want to display the pivot table. I put the cursor here so that when you click OK, it will display here. Now I do Control Z. I don't want to do it now. Now I'll go with the new worksheet. Okay. Now I open a new worksheet. Forget about these areas, filters and columns and rows values. Don't complicate it. By addressing each use cases, you will get to know easily. Okay. First of all, my first use case is that how many people are from each province. Okay. Now there's a province column, right? So whichever column you have selected, now we got it. Okay. Now we have to show the data in a row wise. Correct, right? We have to show a data in a row wise. I'm going to drag this and put it in a row. Okay. What is the use case? How many people are from each province? Now we got the province. How many people? It's a count, right? It's a count, values, right? I'm going to put the same thing in the values. That's it. Still, you can achieve using columns. It's a more of your representation, how you want to do it. It's always good. There are certain use cases. It is good to do with the rows. There are certain use cases. It is good to do with columns. Okay, fine. The next use case is that how many people from each city. Okay, now we have a city here. The same thing, just copy it, put the cursor in anywhere in the pivot table, Control A, copy and paste, and put the cursor anywhere else and paste it. It just duplicate the existing pivot table, then unselect it. Now put the city here and drag it values. That's it. Got it, right? The next use case is that How many people are from each here? It is more of how many people enrolled into the subscription from each year. Okay, now we got a year. Okay, and I just copy the same thing and paste it here. Now you guys tell me, uncheck this. Now it's supposed to be a year, enrollment year, for example. Then again, now this is where the tricky point. Now it is considered as a sum. Okay, still you can change it. Don't consider as a sum. Consider as a values using this method. There is a drop down here. Under the drop down, go to value field settings. Then you can consider. There are certain cases we consider sum. There are certain cases we consider count. Here we are supposed to consider count. I click count and OK. That's it. See, got it? Yeah. So then again, data based on gender. Now I just copy this and paste it here, and I select the enrollment here, and I'll go to gender. I'll drag and drop it here. That's it. It's easy, right? Now you understood the rows, values, columns, correct? Now we are going to look at the filter. Let's finish this use case. We go and look at the filter. Okay, fine. How many people of them cancel the subscription? Okay, now cancellation here. Okay, now I'll copy this and paste here, and I unselect this, and I'll select the cancellation here. It got summed up. I modified into count. Okay, blank is something which is people are still continuing with the subscription. Okay, you assume that. That is why data cleanup is very important before doing a pivot. Otherwise it will consider as a blank. Either you can do the cleanup later point of time, or else it's better to do it before doing the pivot thing. Okay. Okay, now there's people are still continuing, whoever the blank is. That's it. Okay, now how we are going to use this filter? Okay, now I have one more use case. I want to know data based on male and female. I want to know the province data based on male and female. What I do is I click here. The use case is I want the data, province data based on male and female. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to marital status. I'll just drag and drop it here. That's it. See, the filter is there. Use this, select multiple items. You can select using this. That's it. It's easy, right? That's what pivot table is, nothing but it's a more flexible feature based on your use cases. uh, you can easily play around with that. There are certain times I want filter in a row, in a group, as a group basis. Okay, now I'll do control Z. Now I'm doing this. I'm putting the marital status here. Okay, so there is a data here, that's why it's not allowing me to extend this. I'll just delete this. I'll also put the things here. Now I'm dragging the marital status on top of province. See how many people are divorced, how many people are married, how many people are single. Okay, if you still you can do like this, but it doesn't make any sense, right? On province wise, how many people are married and all the stuff. So more of how you use the pivot. Okay, fine. I think I covered most of the things. It's all about how you managing your use cases. Thank you so much. Bye bye.